Executor Zygand in Brill. With this information, we'll be able to deal a decisive blow to the Scarlet Crusade. Your services have been useful here in Death Knell, but I need someone to deliver this to Zygand, and I believe he'll be able to find you more appropriate work. Take the road north out of Death Knell. Soon after entering Tirisfal proper, you'll hit a crossroads. Take the eastern fork and keep going east. You'll pass Cold Hearth Manor along the way.
Hey, mate. Do a favor for a young man who's been fighting more than his fair share of mindless zombies and spiders. I got this here letter that needs to go to Brill, to an innkeeper named Renee something or other. Don't really matter none what her last name is. Anyway, it's a nice, cozy little place full of victims of the plague trying to make their way in the world. And it'd be a great spot for you to rest too if the need arises. You should check it out. You do, and I'll pay you well.
What have we here? You look like a fledgling adventurer. If you hope to prove yourself to the Dark Lady, you need to learn the ways of the Forsaken. To the west, you'll find a farm. Humans infest the land like mold on a rotting corpse. And worse yet, the Scarlet Crusade patrols nearby from their tower. Teach those scum a lesson and steal 10 of their precious pumpkins. Once you have 10, take them to Apothecary Johann in Brill.
What are you looking for?
Scourge have trickled into Tirisfal Glades and have infested the area west of Brill, near the old bridge. Go there and beat back the rotting dead and ravaged corpses you find. Scatter their bones and bring back their putrid claws, and the Death Guards will reward you.
What's this? Gloomweed? I've no need for gloomweed. That mindless mass of flesh is out there picking daisies and convincing the lady knows how many dupes like you into doing the same. No offense. Very well, you're here now, and that's all that matters. Since I'm not going to bother to try to explain things to that abomination, how about you collect what I really need? Doomweed. So you can see the predicament that I am in, adventurer. That thing is out there collecting the wrong weeds. I'll make it worth your while to gather what I need. Bring back to me enough doomweed and I'll give you a suitable reward. It is my understanding that they like to plague the flora near the mass grave site, to the north of the Brill graveyard. Hurry and be mindful of the gnolls in the area.
Yes, this is very good. You've done well in obtaining this information, adventurer. Names of the officers in the Tirisfal Glades. Imagine the blow we could deal to the morale of those bloody zealots if we were to kill their leaders in one swift strike. The documents Executor Aaron provided are just the break we needed in our battle with the wretched Scarlet Crusade. We now know their exact locations throughout Tirisfal Glades, but the Death Guard has larger concerns. The Lich King's army grows in number each night. We need someone with initiative like yourself to drive the Scarlet Crusade to the grave. Prove to me you are capable of serving the Dark Lady by traveling west to the tower past the Soledon farmstead and slay 10 Scarlet warriors. Lady Sylvanas has called upon the Royal Apothecary Society. The Dark Lady believes our knowledge coupled with the newfound magic will provide the key to Arthas's demise. She has challenged us to concoct a new plague, a plague deadlier than any ailment on Azeroth. This new disease will bring Arthas's Scourge army to ruin. My studies show that the blood of beasts might prove to be the key. Bring to me 5 vials of Darkhound blood so I can test my theory. The mass graves, southwest of Garen's Haunt to the north, were made to accommodate the impressive number of deaths Tirisfal suffered when the plague first came. The bodies in these graves have so far been spared an undeath, but the Scourge now send Rothhide gnolls to gather the corpses and use them to bolster their armies. This cannot be allowed. Your task is twofold. Slay the Rothides at the mass grave and Garen's haunt, and gather from them the embalming ichor that gives them life.
Oh, a letter? Wonderful news! I've been waiting on word from my dear old mother in Deathnell. Such a saint she is. I wonder how she's holding up. What? Too cheery? Not buying it, are you? Well, get lost then. It's really no business who the letter's from anyway. Go on, get lost. Come back when you've got some coin to spend. Loafer. Next thing you know, you'll be coming back to rest after a long day's adventure with some stupid boy.
Ah, my doomweed. Excellent. These will come in quite handy. You've done me, the lady, a fine service today, adventurer. As promised, here is the reward that you deserve.
Well done. I regret not being there to see you smash those undead into rotting pulp.
You have done well, adventurer, and I thank you for your efforts.
While you were collecting samples for me, my experiments led me to realize that more reagents will be required for this new disease to spread properly. Poisoning some hapless victim is child's play. Plaguing an entire world proves to be a bit more complicated. I will need 5 vile fin scales from murlocs in the vicinity. You will find the creatures along the coast, to the north or to the west.
You have performed your bidding well, young adventurer. You are proving yourself to be quite an asset to the Dark Lady's army.
Harmless pumpkins, right? Or so it would seem. If we are to defeat Arthas's advances from the north and the human infestation from the south, we need to start realizing the full potential of our gift of undeath. With a little ingenuity, a simple pumpkin becomes an agent for our Dark Lady. This pumpkin, laced with my latest formula, will prove to be quite a treat. Yet another Scarlet Zealot has been captured and is being kept in the cellar of the Gallows End Tavern. Take this pumpkin to the fool. Most excellent adventurer. Your skill in the art of combat is undeniable.
The strategic documents from Executor Aaron contain all the details we need to wipe the human infestation from the lands. According to the information, the Scarlet Crusade has assigned Captain Perrine and a brigade to the ruined tower southwest of Brill. Kill Perrine along with 3 zealots and 3 missionaries and report back to me.
Maggot Eye's dastardly acts have finally been avenged. Maybe your acts of valor will send a clear message to those who wish to bring harm to our people. On behalf of the town of Brill, I thank you, adventurer.
Expertly done, adventurer. The Scourge are mistaken if they think they can use those corpses against us, and the fluid you gathered from the wrought-hide slaves will be studied by our apothecaries. It may have secrets we can use against them. As I said, well done. But our struggle continues, and the conflict will surely offer you more chances to prove your worth to the Forsaken.
I need a fresh report from our Death Guard way station to the east. I must know if more Scourge forces have slipped past the bulwark and into Tirisfal. Our vigilance on the border to the Plague Lands must be maintained. We can't let the Scourge get a stronger foothold here. Travel south along the road, then east at the fork to the way station. Speak with Death Guard Linnea. She has the information I need. Bethor Iceshard, a high-ranking and powerful mage in the Undercity to the south, commands me to send him an agent with proven worth against the Scourge. You, adventurer, will be that agent. Present these orders to Bethor. He will then instruct you on your mission. I don't know its details, but it deals with recruiting a wayward lich. And it will be dangerous. So ready yourself, adventurer. You must not fail. You may find Bethor in the magic quarter of the Undercity. Executor Zigan tells me you've been out killing Scarlet Crusaders. Tirisfal Glades is crawling with them. Varimathras, lieutenant to the Dark Lady, is seeing to it personally that the scum of Azeroth, the human race, gets wiped into oblivion. Here in Tirisfal Glades we face a particularly annoying breed of humans, the Scarlet Crusade. Venture forth and wage an offensive on the Scarlet Crusade, adventurer. Bring me back 10 Scarlet Insignia rings as proof of your loyalty to Varimathras and the Dark Lady.
The Agamand family was the most family in Tirisfal Glades. I used to work their mills before the plague. When the Scourge first came, the Agamans fortified their home and convinced those in their employ to remain and help them defend. We were fools, but at least we were loyal fools. The Agamans, in their pride, doomed us to undeath. And now they are minions of the Scourge. Serve the Forsaken by defeating the Agamans who fell to the plague. Serve me by bringing me their remains.
Devlin Agamand was the younger of 2 sons in the Agamand family, and in life the two could not be more different. Thurman was tall and gentle, while his younger brother was weak and sharp-tongued. When Agamand Mills fell to the plague, I was not surprised to hear that Devlin was quick to succumb. His mad chattering can still be heard near the road leading to the Agamand Mills. I'm collecting the remains of the Agamans, and I want poor Devlin. Find him, destroy him, and bring me his bones.
It's so cold now. The plague of undeath crawls through my veins like an icy serpent. The mindless state will be upon me soon. But no doomed destiny will prevent me from serving our Dark Lady. When the call arose, I sewed body bags for the fallen soldiers of Sylvanas' mighty army. Now my hands shake from the chill. If you would bring me 5 dusk bat pelts and some coarse thread, I could sew myself a blanket. Help me, adventurer, so that I can continue to serve the cause.
By the light, finally some food. Sweet, sweet pumpkin.
The Scourge are trying to form a base at the Agamand Mills. If they do, then they can stage further attacks within Tirisfal. The orders have been given. The Scourge and the mills must be destroyed. Go to the mills, collect notched ribs from Rattlecage and Cracked Skull soldiers and blackened skulls from Dark-Eye Bonecasters. To get to the mills, follow the road west. After crossing the bridge, take the next fork north, then keep going north. When you see windmills, the battle will begin. Captain Perrine's death will undoubtedly please the Dark Lady. You have performed your duty well, adventurer. We are still at war, and the Scarlet Crusade grows in strength.
Farewell!
The report Executor Aaron sent me indicates Scarlet Crusaders have been raiding from the ruined tower in southeastern Tirisfal, near the Balnir farmstead, under the command of Captain Vashon. Kill Vashon along with 5 Scarlet Friars. It should prove to be a devastating blow to the
Quick
Crusade.
about your business.
Varim Mathras would be proud. You serve your leaders well, adventurer.
The scales are perfect, adventurer. Exactly what I needed for this concoction.
While you were out gathering, I uncovered some old text in one of my tomes that indicates that an ancient plague wiped out thousands of innocent victims. Later, it was discovered that the deadly agent in the plague was preserved through the venom of nightweb spiders. Bring me some venom from a vicious nightweb spider to complete this experiment. I want to see if the contagious element from the venom will work with my new concoction.
What do you...
Rumor has it, the spiders can be found in eastern Tirisfal glades.
Embrace the
Time is a luxury that is not afforded to those of us under the employ of Lady Sylvanas. Surely you know this by now. As a member of the Royal Apothecary Society, it is my duty to share my knowledge knowledge with my colleagues, so that our collective efforts might one day provide the Dark Lady with the new plague she so badly desires. Take these findings to Apothecary Renferrel, who is stationed at the Sepulchre in Silverpine Forest. Follow the roads to the south from Brill. From the Undercity, go southwest.
You are.
Revenge has a sweet taste, don't you think? When you destroyed the Agamans, did you catch any hint of free will within them?
No.
I hope so. I hope they knew fear before they were smashed into oblivion. It is a foolish hope, I know, but it is a hope I foster nonetheless.
I appreciate your efforts, adventurer. May Sylvanas recognize your bravery one day.
Thank you. Devlin's bones will rest nicely on my mantle. If my cold heart can find warmth, it is in knowing that the Agamans are destroyed. They failed me and my family when the plague came. Now I swear I will smash their remains under my heel. You have given me the remains of the Agamans and satisfied my desire for revenge. But the Agamand Mills hold a threat to all the Forsaken, not just to me. I have spoken to Magistrate Severin of your exploits against the Agamans, and he wishes to speak with you.
Oh, my poor Thurman. I begged him to leave Agamand Mills with me and my father, but his family loyalty was too strong, and I knew it. I just knew it that Brand meant him harm. Oh, curse this plague and the scourge, but regrets are for the weak. As a Forsaken, I have new goals, and love is not one of them. I would thank you for delivering this letter, for I had wondered what happened to my past love. But that life is over, forever.
Varen Mathras would be proud. You serve your leaders well, adventurer.
Coleman speaks well of you, adventurer, telling of your successful forays into the Agamand Mills. The Forsaken have need of your talents once again.
The Agamand Mills area has become a foothold for the Scourge. Their strongest point is the Agamand family crypt, where their local military leader, a skeleton named Captain Dargol, has headquartered. With necromancy, he has raised the ancestors of the Igamans and plans to use them against us. This cannot pass, and you must stop it. Travel to the Agamand family crypt and defeat the raised Agamand ancestors. And bring me the skull of Captain Dargol.
hearts in the war are felt among us, adventurer. I will not thank you for doing what is necessary, but the Death Guards of Tirisfal will remember your name.
Your actions struck a telling blow against the Scourge, and your victory will not go unnoticed, not by the Forsaken, nor by our enemies. Continue the struggle as we all do, adventurer, and one day we will drive the Lich King himself from Azeroth.
What is it? Embrace the shine. Quick about your business. Dark Lady, watch over you. Listening. Goodbye. I am forsaken. Magistrate Severin wants a report. What now? Very well. The defenders at the Bulwark are holding the majority of the Scourge at bay, but some do slip through on occasion. We have seen sporadic Scourge activity east of this station, with a concentration around the Balnir farmstead. Now return to Magistrate Severin with the information I gave you. He'll want it as soon as possible, so be swift. And if you see any Scourge on your way back, take them down. We can't let them wander our lands unchallenged. The defenders on the Bulwark protecting Tirisfal from the Plague Lands are on constant alert, but sometimes Scourge will slip past them. Our success at the Bulwark depends on a one-front battle. We cannot allow an attack from the rear, nor can we allow our defenders' supply line to be cut. Assist the Bulwark. Patrol east and slay any Scourge you find. Spend particular effort at the Balnir farmstead to the east. It has become a haven for interloping Scourge.
Sweeping the bat pens with this broom is not befitting a Garrett. I've earned a little coin from this accursed job, and I'm willing to spend it on you to better my station. The Garrett family weapon of choice is locked away in our chest in the South Common Hall of Uldaman from when we Garretts toiled there as diggers. Without it, I will be stuck here forever, literally sweeping up after these infernal bats. Reclaim my family's treasure and bring it to me. Help me restore my birthright. Ah, you are the agent sent by Magistrate Severin. Then yes, your business with me is crucial. I trust Severin has mustered someone suitable for my task, but we shall see.
There is a lich who dwells on the island in Brightwater Lake to the north. Although he is a free-willed Forsaken, he believes all other undead are scourge slaves and has his minions attack anyone who approaches him. But because he is Forsaken, the Queen will want him, and if he is skilled in necromancy, then his knowledge would be quite useful to us. To discover his identity and his talents, I must see his spellbook, steal into his camp and acquire it, then return.
It is true. A magical disturbance has been detected in our city. We are not yet sure of its origin or whether it is malign or benign. We must first gather more information, and that, adventurer, brings us to your task. Very good. Your efforts do much to keep the scourge at bay. A commendation will be sent to my superior, Executor Zygand.
Captain Vashon's death will slow down the Scarlet Crusade's advancement in Tirisfal quite a bit, but other threats won't.
Scarlet Crusaders have been raiding from the ruined tower in northern Tirisfal, past Feol's Rest. According to the information we have, a ruthless commander named Captain Melrak is in charge of this evil crew. I am entrusting you now with a special and dangerous mission. Slay Melrak and his 2 bodyguards in the name of the Dark Lady.
Ah, this venom will do perfectly, adventurer. Everything else has been added to my concoction and boiled down. Finally, I am ready to try this new, deadly agent.
According to the Death Guard, another one of those foolish dwarven mountaineers has just been captured. The Death Guard likes to use the cellar of the Gallows End Tavern as a holding cell until prisoners can be properly dealt with. Why don't you go see how the captured mountaineer enjoys this special drink I made for him?
It contains a subtle hint of what the Dark Lady has planned for the rest of Azeroth.
It is troubling to hear of the Scourge slipping past the bulwark. The Lich King and his minions are ceaseless in their assaults, but we will not give in. He will not take us again.
Ah, a drink at last! I'm sure it's no Rhapsody malt, but I'll take anything to wet the old whistle at this point.
I guarantee this bank's security with my own blood. Is that good enough for you?
Foreign here are so
Strength.
tough.
What could I... You haven't lived until you've looked down on the world from the back of a Wind Rider. Dumb.
history, life energy flows from their waters, invigorating the plants and beasts that drink it. Invigorating and altering. There is a mushroom that grows near these oases. Its spores hold properties that we, the apothecaries of Lordaeron, find useful. Bring me these spores and you will earn our gratitude. I have need to send a crate of potions, reagents, and other items to my associates in the old world. Little time I have to actually see them to the dock at Ratchet, and the last caravan has already left. If you could, please take this to Wharf Master Dizzywig. He will ensure that it is placed on the next boat to Blackwater Cove.
All the Quillbores are our enemies, adventurer. Some just prove to be more of a nuisance than others. The Razormane tribe has been attacking our supply lines from Durotar, causing us no end of annoyance. I have scouts seeking the leader of these raids. But until then, any losses you can inflict on the filthy pigmen would aid us. Start in the northeast towards Durotar. You can always tell their dens from the huge, thorny vines that come up from the earth. Seek them out and slay them. The blasted harpies have been ravaging our caravan supplies for too long. It's time we slit a few of their throats and diminished their numbers. I've been snooping around their nests and figured out who leads who. The most devastating attack will destroy a good section of their lower chain of command, and then we can work our way to the top. I'll start you off slow. Take out Witchwing harpies and Witchwing rogue feathers in the northwest, and bring me 8 Witchwing talons. That should be a good start. Not long ago, a shipment of silver was stolen from our guard tower. It was meant as payroll to the Crossroads guards, and we want that silver back. The strange thing is, we caught one of the thieves on the night of the theft, and it was a raptor. Unbelievable. I don't know what raptors would want with silver, but I don't care. I want the raptors dead so they won't steal from us again. Hunt raptors in the Barrens. Collect for me their heads.
Your first prey will be easy. The plain striders to the east have been harassing our food supplies and have become a nuisance. Put down the plain striders and return to me with their beaks.
Quick, kid.
Long ago, the Barrens was a lush place, teeming with life. But war and cataclysm raged across the land, scorching it and leaving a dry husk. Such is the way of things, and it saddens my heart. But within the past few years, new oases have formed in the Barrens, and life stirs. And deep down, we druids sense a power leaking its way to the surface. We must find its source. Travel to the Forgotten Pools, northwest of the Crossroads. Search its waters for a source of power, then return here.
I sure wish Vice Admiral Greslick did a better job of keeping the seas safe for our trading vessels. With all the gold the trade princes have poured into the trade fleets, it ticks me off to see so many pirates running willy-nilly, raiding my ships and stealing my goods. I heard that the South Sea freebooters have set up a camp just south of here. They've been a real thorn in my side, and if Greslick won't take care of them, well, maybe you can help me get rid of them. Blue leaf tubers are a delicacy around the world, but they're rare, very rare. The only place to find them is here in the Barrens, deep in the earth, in Razorfen Crowl. And even then, they're impossible to find unless you know just where to look. That's why I've trained these snuffle-nosed gophers to find them for me. Oops! Had a little mishap, as you can see. The morning cargo shipment from Booty Bay was huge. Huge, I say. Never seen so many crates. Well, I was trying to expedite things, so I started unloading a bit more than I could handle. That's when everything came tumbling down. Before I knew what was going on, I saw that menace, Mad Maglish, go running off with a bottle of 99-year-old port. Chased him all the way to Wailing Caverns. No way I was going in there. Maybe you're brave enough to find him? The venture company set up a small research facility far to the north of here, southwest of the Sludge Fen. I don't know very much about what they're doing, but did manage to discover that they're experimenting with something called a samoflange. Well, whatever it is, I want to examine it, so I need someone to go get it. I obtained a copy of their control system. You should be able to figure out how to disengage the samoflange from it. The venture company stole many of the best goblin mines. From time to time, we get the opportunity to steal some back. A while ago, the venture company outfit in the Stonetalon Mountains hired Garenzo Wrenchwhistle, a gnome. Their other engineer, Ziz Physics, was so taken aback by this, he pleaded with me to find him new employment with the Tinkers Union. I set him on a few tasks, but he might need help. Maybe you could look in on him for me. He's stationed at the western edge of Windshear Crag. A small enough crate. Yes, I should be able to find room for this aboard the ship. It sails with the next tide. I trust this is soon enough. Excellent. Let me just enter it into my ledger. All taken care of. Good day to you, adventurer. Being wharf master of a busy port like Ratchet, I keep my finger on the pulse of information. I know all about the exchange of goods and money between here and Booty Bay. The latest bit of news I've heard is about the Venture Company's Boulder Lode Mine, northeast of the Sludge Fen. One of the miners discovered an emerald the size of your fist. I know a few buyers who'd be interested in getting their hands on something like that, and I'd be willing to go half and half on its sale.
King's honor, friend. Light bless you. Troll Hall.
Yo! Have a good one!
What's up? sure could use
You
your
did
help,
good, kid. A little more work like that, and it'll be one less thing I'll have to worry about. Hopefully, they'll be convinced that they should relocate their operation elsewhere. In the meantime, there is the small matter of getting back the goods they stole from me. I've been waiting forever for my last shipment of goods from Booty Bay. I'm pretty sure that it must have been stolen by the freebooters. But just to make sure, will you go down to the dockside and ask Dizzywig if my goods were already put into my warehouse without my knowledge? Here, take my ledger down to Dizzywig and have him double-check my inventory records against his logs. Ah, that sort of business. You know, I saw the Heedless once on the open seas. Fearsome ship, or was that boat? Those sailors are so particular. Anyways, watching her glide across the water was quite a sight to see. I'm glad her infamous captain will trouble my ships no longer. Ah, Gazlo sent you. Did he? Just a moment. Let me take a look here and check my own logs and make sure I didn't have Gazlo's shipment sent to the wrong place.
Passing through?
Bet he's waiting for those boots from Drizzlek. Everything looks square from my records, adventurer. Go on back and tell Gazlo he's out of luck. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the pirates that nabbed his goodies. Nothing else I can do for him. Oh, though you could tell him that I've got some things from Undermine for him when he has the time to come pick them up. No dice, eh? I guess it must have been the freebooters then. Dizzywig's on the level. I'm sure he wouldn't cheat me like that. After all, he is on the payroll. Looks like I've got some goods to get back, adventurer. What do you say? While I'd like to recover all my goods, I'm sure that's not possible. Still, there's a few things that I absolutely must have. As you see, my observatory is ready to go, but it needs the smaller of the two lenses. The first arrived by caravan from Duratar, but the second was bound by ship and never arrived. Also, I never got my boot shipment from Drizzlek in Booty Bay. Head down to the pirate camp and see if you can find them.
strength. We have our duties, adventurer. Duties to the Horde. For the Horde. The Kolkar are a threat to the Horde's claims in the Barrens. We must reduce the numbers of their troops, and so I have a bounty task for you. While in Kolkar territories, slay their warriors and collect centaur bracers. Return when you have a heap of bracers, and the Horde will reward you well. The centaurs have plagued the Tauren for years, and recently the Kolkar centaurs of the Barrens have grown into a real threat. Normally they were disorganized in these lands, but new leaders have risen among them, rallying them. To preserve our holdings here, these centaur leaders must be destroyed. Bring me the head of Barak Kodoban. He camps near the Forgotten Pools to the north. Defeat him, then return to me. Nicely done. I'm sure you struck fear into the surviving centaurs, adventurer. If they have sense, they'll now calm themselves and stop their advances. But I don't think they will, and that is unfortunate. Unfortunate for them? Well done, adventurer. The centaur are low, brutish creatures, but a few have the wit and vision to lead, and those are the most dangerous. Barak was such a centaur, it is good that he is dead.
The centaur Verog the Dervish wanders the barrens and will be difficult to find, but he is based at the centaur command tent at the stagnant oasis to the southeast. It may be possible to draw him to you. Travel to the stagnant oasis to the southeast and attack centaur near the command tent. It will be dangerous, but if you can kill enough centaur, then they should raise an alarm, and Virog will come. Bring me his head, and I will place it with Barak Kodobanes.
Very good, adventurer. With the plane striders gone, we'll have an easier time keeping our supply chains intact. And I hope you learned a few tricks out there in the barrens, for your next prey has a little more fire in its blood than the plane striders.
The Gevra, although not the fiercest beast in the barrens, are a shade tougher than the plane striders. Don't worry, we'll send you against bigger prey in good time. But for now, your teeth could use a little more cutting. Hunt the Gevra to the north and south, and collect their hooves. Bring them to me, and perhaps we'll next send you against something tougher.
You got rid of the raptors. Thank you, adventurer. You are an adventurer of worth. You may have killed the raptors, but the silver they stole must be recovered. I have reports that the raptors have a large grouping of nests south of Ratchet, known as the Raptor Grounds. It is likely that they brought our stolen silver there. Go to this raptor haven and search for the stolen silver. When you find it, return it to me.
These are good specimens, potent. I am forsaken, and we honor our contracts. Here is your reward, adventurer.
What do you mean? You have done well, adventurer. Those insolent Quillbores will finally learn that the might of the Horde is not to be ignored.
That attack on the caravan contained supplies we desperately needed. You've been brave enough to take on the Razormane tribe so far, and I will ask you to do so again, but this time, I wonder if I could ask you to keep your eyes open for some of our lost supplies. You can probably find them throughout their camps. The Quillbore are getting fat off their dishonorable acts. The people of the Crossroads would be in your debt.
One of my scouts witnessed an attack on a caravan from Duratar, adventurer. The culprits are indeed the Razormane tribe of Quillbores. One of the Quillbores in particular is leading the raids, Kreenig Snarlsnout. He was seen northeast of here, just south of the road from Duratar. If the threat is to be ended, then Kreenig must die. To be sure the attacks cease, though, I say we add insult to their injury. Kill Kreenig along with more of their tribe, and return to me when you have his tusk.
Oh, these are nice. Real nice. Good job, adventurer. I look forward to seeing more of your work in the future. Adventurer back for more? Good, I like to hear that. This time I want you to assassinate some of the Harpy lieutenants in the Dry Hills. Only Witchwing Slayers can be lieutenants, and you can tell them apart by the rings they carry. They are a nasty bunch, but they lead some of the underlings in that area. Taking out 6 of them will be a decisive strike against their matriarchy. Make sure they die painfully, adventurer. We want those Harpy wenches to know the idiocy of picking fights with the Horde.
You found a fissure in the earth with gases bubbling from it. Strange. This may be an answer to our questions, but we cannot yet be sure. But it is a clue, and I am grateful that you found it. Like the one you found at the Forgotten Pools, there may be fissures at the other oases in the Barrens. If so, then perhaps the fissures are the oases' source of life. We must test this. Here, take these seeds. They are dead and infertile, but take them to the stagnant oasis to the southeast. If there is a
Perhaps you know the pain of uncertainty. Perhaps not, adventurer. But know this, I stand here every day from the sun's rising till its decline, scouring the horizon for more of those monsters. I've killed every pigman I've come across since, but my thirst for their blood is far from quenched. Perhaps instead of heading north to the Crossroads, I should have headed to Toronto. You, adventurer, you could help me. Kill them. Kill as many as you can. Bring me their tusks and we will celebrate their deaths together. We battled in a small Tauren camp when we were separated. She held 3 of the bristlebacks off by herself, but the odds began to overwhelm us. I led some away only to see her overwhelmed by newcomers. In my rage...
What is it? Beware the living.
I have rendered the spores you gave me into an emulsion. I must now send it to my associate, Apothecary Zama. If you were to carry this to her, she can offer you something from our stores of alchemical goods. She is in the Pools of Vision, a cave beneath the shamans of Thunder Bluff. The path to this cave is well hidden, but you may find it on the Spirit Rise Bluff. Do hurry. This emulsion will maintain its potency for only a short time, and must be resealed and processed before then.
Very good. You must have really stirred up those centaur. Our guards spotted activity down near the stagnant oasis, which was probably you. You should be proud of your deed, adventurer. There is much bravery in you. Hezrel Bloodmark is the leader of the Kolkar centaurs in the Barrens. He is fierce, brutal, and cunning. Defeating him would disrupt and fracture the Kolkars, greatly reducing their threat to us. So kill him. As with Barak and Verog, bring me Hezrel's head. He leads his people from the Lushwater Oasis to the south.
Ah, the spores from the Barrens that Helbrim was gathering. He garnered your aid in delivering them. Good. And the emulsion is still potent, so you must have wasted no time in the delivery. Well done, adventurer. The Royal Apothecary Society, based in the great undercity of Lordaeron, has sent me here for a very specific service, adventurer. Perhaps you wish to aid me, and in turn, the Dark Lady in our efforts to advance the Forsaken. Recently, I studied a rare specimen of flora named Serpent Bloom. I believe in greater quantities this herb has great potential. Unfortunately, Serpent Bloom can only be found in the darkest recesses of the Wailing Caverns, a dangerous cave system located in the Barrens.
Welcome to the Crossroads, adventurer. My name is Thork. I lead the defenses here in the name of the War Chief. Please, feel free to make yourself at home. As long as you mind your business, no one should have any problem with you taking up some space. There are many threats to our safety here. If you've already become familiar with the lay of the land, speak to the others here. Perhaps they have tasks for you to do. Ha-ha! Thank you, adventurer. This will help us greatly. You're a boon to the Crossroads and to the Horde. If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know.
Well done, adventurer. With Koenig's death, there will be a definite decline in the attacks on our caravans. Your people should be proud to count you among them.
It's a relief to get all this stuff back. So thanks for your help, adventurer. You know, I could use a person like you to help out with my operation here. If you're ever looking for work, don't forget about how well Gazlo pays for service.
So the raptors did hide the silver at their lair. It's hard to believe these beasts would have the desire for silver. Perhaps the stories of their intelligence are not as far from the mark as I thought. Thank you, adventurer. Take this as a reward for your service to us, and know that the guards of the crossroads owe their next month's pay to you.
Not bad, adventurer. Those Gevra hold a lot of strength in their legs. A sharp kick from them can knock even a Tauren on its haunches. It looks like you have some strength in you, too. Are you ready for a real challenge? Now it's time to go after something that really bites. The Prowlers of the Barrens are a tough breed. Tough, resourceful, sly, and deadly. You'll find them among the tall grasses. You'll find many to the southwest of the crossroads. Be wary as you hunt them, adventurer, or you may find yourself no longer the predator, but instead the prey.
Your findings are amazing. The seeds I gave you were dried and dead. Whatever rests under these oases can create life from nothing. We must study this more. Your findings are incredible, adventurer. These oases hold properties that must come from an outside source, or perhaps an inside one. I want to know how these fissures are affecting the beasts who drink from the oases' water. Hunt oasis snapjaws at the lush water and stagnant oases. Bring me their shells so I may examine them.